Hey everyone, it's Alex here and I'm out here in Johannesburg, South Africa at this really cool restaurant. If anyone's a golf fan, then this is the restaurant of Gary Player's son, I believe it is, and it's a really nice atmosphere out here. And this morning I was doing a little bit of work going through messages and comments in our Facebook group on teaching English abroad, and I got into a discussion about the demand for English teachers in Vietnam at the moment and how it's so high. It's a very cool group, by the way. If you want to head over there, we've got over 1,000 members just discussing topics to do with teaching English in Asia and getting started teaching. So I'll leave a link if you want to go check it out. Just click on that. What I wanted to go into a little bit was the Vietnamese government's plans to increase English education and how that is affecting directly or indirectly the demand for foreign English teachers, and why that's a good thing for you if you're considering teaching English in Vietnam, because it increases the opportunities that you might have for finding work out in Vietnam. So in 2008, the Vietnamese government launched a program called the National Foreign Languages 2020 project, which basically aimed to improve mostly English ability in Vietnam among students that were learning English. So I'm just going to read you a quick passage to tell you a little bit more about what they were trying to achieve with this project. So the aims were to develop the English capacity of its workforce and increase their ability to engage in a globalized world. In order to achieve this aim, the NFL will explore new approaches to make English language teaching and learning more relevant, efficient, and productive. It is expected that by 2020, most Vietnamese students graduating from secondary, vocational schools, colleges, and universities will be able to use foreign language in their communication. So they adopted the CEFR, which is the Common European Framework for Measuring English Ability, to kind of measure this and see if students are getting to this level. And basically they wanted everyone to get to B1, which I believe is intermediate level. So the idea behind this project was just to put a lot of money into the English education so as to better the ability of people coming out of secondary education and getting jobs and going into the workforce. So essentially what this meant was there was, $400 million going into this, and over the last few years they've been doing different things to try and make this happen, including focusing on increasing Vietnamese teachers' ability and lots of other things. So I'm not going to go into the effectiveness of this program. You can read up more about it to see what's been done and how well they've achieved their aims. But essentially what it points towards, and what I'm interested in, is how this affects you and everyone else interested in teaching English. Well, the first important indicator is that the Vietnamese government is very interested in increasing the English proficiency, and that is a big priority for them, and they've been working on that for a while and they want to continue to do so. So essentially there's a lot of government support for English learning, whether that's directly through financing or just the country's attitude towards improving English. Now, what is a great way to learn English? Well, it's to learn from a native English speaker, right? So that's why there's a big focus on bringing in foreign English teachers to teach in Vietnam. And that's why there's high salaries, there's lots of jobs, because it is extremely important to the Vietnamese people to improve their ability. And I think a factor that's even more important than the government's direct contribution towards this is just the fact that there's a lot of pressure on students to perform and have a high ability and level of English so that they can do well after school, get into good universities, study abroad, get good jobs. It's become really important for students to do this, and that's why there's a lot of pressure on them. What this leads to is, of course, all these English language centers popping up everywhere. Now, there's big schools, there's mom and dad owned schools, and overall there's just a lot of options for this, so that people are basically sending their kids to these schools so that they will be able to improve their English ability and have better futures. So basically what this has led to is a lot of demand for English teachers throughout the country, and a lot of private businesses doing this, as well as jobs in government schools. And that means for you as an English teacher, there's a lot of opportunities to come out to Vietnam, find well-paying work, and there's a demand for you, especially if you have good qualifications, if you have a very good in-class TEFL certification or CELTA, then you can come out and really get some good opportunities here. All right, so that's just some quick insights about what it's like in Vietnam at the moment and the opportunities out there. I'm gonna go and enjoy this place a little bit. Please leave a comment below and let me know if you have any more information about this. I'd like to hear any more details about what the government's up to in terms of this and in terms of the opportunities. Let's start up a discussion down in the comments. And in the meantime, I will see you in a new video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.